The morning rush had already begun when Daniel noticed her. She stood at the back of the line, shoulders slightly hunched, fingers nervously twisting the strap of her worn bag. People ahead of her ordered without hesitation. Lattes, cappuccinos, oat milk this, extra shot that. But when it was finally her turn, she hesitated. Not because she didn't know what she wanted, but because she wasn't sure she could afford it. Daniel didn't know her name. He didn't know her story. But something about the way she quietly stepped aside and let the next person go first made his chest tighten. Because sometimes the loudest struggles are the ones no one hears. Before we begin, if stories like this touch your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Welcome to where every story reminds us how powerful a small act of kindness can be. Daniel had been coming to that same coffee shop every morning for years. Same time, same order, black coffee, no sugar. It wasn't about the coffee, really. It was the routine. Something steady in a world that often felt unpredictable. But that morning, something shifted. He watched as the young woman moved to the side, pretending to check her phone. He could see it clearly. She wasn't waiting for someone. She was waiting for the moment to pass, for the line to move on so no one would notice she hadn't ordered anything. Daniel stepped forward. "Hey," he said gently, catching her attention. "I think you dropped something." She looked confused. "I didn't." But before she could finish, Daniel turned to the barista and smiled. "2 coffees, please. Whatever she wants." Her eyes widened. "No, I can't." "It's okay," Daniel said softly. "Really. It's just coffee." There was a pause. The kind that holds 100 emotions: pride, hesitation, gratitude. "Thank you," she whispered. They didn't talk much after that. She ordered something small, a simple latte, and stood quietly while it was prepared. When their drinks were ready, she gave him a small, genuine smile. "I'll pay it back someday," she said. Daniel chuckled lightly. "You don't have to. Just pass it on." She nodded, like she was making a promise she intended to keep. And then she left. Days passed. Then weeks. Daniel almost forgot about that morning. Life had a way of doing that, moving forward, pulling you along, filling your mind with deadlines and responsibilities until small moments faded into the background. But kindness has a strange way of circling back. One evening, Daniel found himself rushing into a grocery store just before closing. He had just finished a long, exhausting day at work, and all he wanted was to grab a few essentials and go home. At the checkout counter, he realized something frustrating. He had left his wallet in the car. He sighed, running a hand through his hair. "I'm sorry," he told the cashier. "I'll just run out and grab it." "Actually," a voice behind him said, "I've got it." Daniel turned around. It was her. The same young woman from the coffee shop. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Recognition passed between them like a quiet spark. You don't have to do that," Daniel said. She smiled, a little more confidently this time. "I know. But I want to." Before he could argue, she had already paid. Daniel stood there, a little stunned. "You remembered? I told you," she said softly. "I'd pay it back someday." He shook his head, smiling. "I didn't expect this." She shrugged. "It's not really about paying it back, is it?" Daniel paused. He understood what she meant. "No," he said. "I guess it's not." Her name was Emily. They ended up talking outside the store for a few minutes. She told him she had just started a new job after months of struggling to find one. Things were still tight, but she was getting back on her feet. "That coffee," she said. "It was a small thing. But that day, I really needed it." Daniel nodded. He didn't need her to explain. He could hear it in her voice. "Sometimes," she continued, "it's not about what you give. It's about being seen. And that day I felt seen." Those words stayed with Daniel long after they said goodbye. Because he realized something important. Kindness isn't measured by size or cost. It's measured by impact. Weeks turned into months. Life continued, as it always does. But Daniel found himself paying closer attention to the people around him. The tired cashier. The overwhelmed parent. The quiet coworker who always kept to themselves. And whenever he could, he did something small. A kind word. A helping hand. A simple gesture. He didn't do it expecting anything in return. But something interesting began to happen. The world around him started to feel different. Softer. Warmer. Like those small acts were creating ripples he couldn't fully see, but could somehow feel. One cold winter morning, Daniel walked into the same coffee shop. The line was long, as usual. But something caught his eye. Pinned to a small board near the counter was a note. "Coffee on me." Below it were dozens of small receipts, each one representing a prepaid drink. Daniel stepped closer, reading the handwritten message. "If you're having a hard day, your coffee is already paid for. No questions asked? Just promise to pass on the kindness when you can." He felt a smile spread across his face. "Pretty amazing, right?" the barista said. Daniel nodded. "Who started it?" The barista shrugged. "Not sure. It just appeared one day. And people kept adding to it." Daniel reached into his pocket. "Add one more," he said. As he waited for his coffee, he looked around the shop. People were still rushing. Still busy. Still caught up in their own lives. But now, there was something else there too. A quiet thread connecting them. A reminder that even in a fast-moving, often overwhelming world, kindness still exists. And it spreads. Not in grand, dramatic gestures, but in small, everyday moments. A coffee. A smile. A simple, "I see you." Later that day, as Daniel stepped outside, he noticed someone new standing near the entrance. A young man, looking unsure. Hesitating. Daniel smiled to himself. He walked over. "Hey," he said gently. "You dropped something." The young man looked confused. Daniel turned toward the counter. "2 coffees, please." And just like that, the cycle continued. Because kindness doesn't end with one person. It moves. It grows. It comes back in ways you never expect. So if you ever wonder whether a small act matters, it does. More than you know. Because somewhere out there, someone is waiting, not for something big, not for something life-changing, but for a simple reminder that they're not invisible. That they matter. And sometimes, all it takes is one small moment to change everything. So today, hold the door open. Buy that coffee. Say that kind word. You never know how far it might travel. And one day, when you least expect it, it might just find its way back to you. Because kindness always comes back.